Good morning, people. Good morning, you. Good morning, morning, morning. About relationships, part two. Part two. How y'all doing this morning? Ladies and gentlemen. Today I want to speak to ladies and I want to speak to the gentlemen. Those of y'all who will be watching this video, happy Valentine's Day of 2024. How you feeling? How you looking on today? Most of us, many of us, well, I'm gonna say many of us, most of us, many of us, some of us, some people, gotta work today. I'm working both of my jobs today, so I am headed to one of the job number one, to transition to job number two and finish it out, and hopefully finish it out at the gym. Because if there's any distractions or any type of things that happen, there is a healthy outlet that I can use. Of course, I'm gonna pray. Get the gym and get this workout in. Use some of this blood flow for a alternative purpose. Because I'm not married yet, so yeah. Happy Valentine's Day to you on today. It's warm. Well, it ain't warm. It looks like it's warm outside. It's sunny. It's cold. You know what I'm saying? But it's nice outside. Like I don't see not one cloud in sight. Ain't no cloud out here, so it's gonna be a very sunny yet cold kind of day, but it's all right. Shout out to all the Bayless people. If you ain't booed up on today, that's all right. That's all right. Love on yourself, handle your business. If you off today, chill. If you're not off today, work, handle your business. Don't worry about so much of what other people are doing. You might see some people holding hands and kissing and all that type of stuff, you know, showing of public affection. It's all good. But just because you're single don't mean you're desperate. I've been single for a little while now, and I am not desperate. I promise I ain't. Enjoy your singleness. Singleness is cool. You only got to answer to the Lord, that's it. You know, for those who have that relationship with them, for everybody else, you only got to answer to yourself, I guess. So you ain't got to, spend any extra money and make plans for anybody in particular. So if you into that kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying, do your thing. But when you single and you ain't got nobody, you ain't got to spend the money on no candy. You got to spend no money on no dinner reservations and any of that type of stuff. So you ain't got to spend no money. It's the same thing as, you know what I'm saying, if you single, and when it comes to birthdays and stuff, if you ain't got no significant other, you ain't got to buy the money for well, maybe your friends, but if you ain't got no bae, you know what I'm saying, you ain't gotta spend no money for their birthday. So save your money and look at the bright side. And it ain't all about the money. At the end of the day, it's about peace of mind. And so don't be desperate. Now, if you have somebody that you're interested in, maybe it might be okay to go ahead and just take a risk and be like, I'm gonna go ahead and ask them out and see what happens. Maybe something good will come out of it. If you really been genuinely interested, that person is single, and they not in a complicated situation, they didn't just break up with a significant other like a week ago, and you trying to slide on in and see what's up. I wouldn't recommend doing that. But friends with somebody, maybe both of y'all been single for a little while. Y'all both in a pretty decent place, a good place, hopefully a healed place. Hey, what you doing today? I'll put this up because kids don't know about this. It broke my heart. Let me segue into this, and I'll get back to my point. It broke my heart. I seen on the internet one day where when you ask a kid in this generation, if you were to use your hand to pull up a phone signal, what does that look like? A lot of kids is doing this, like secret agents. I'm like, no, that hurt my feelings. We don't do this no more because the phones ain't like that no more. Phones don't look like this. They doing this. Like secret agents. That hurt my feelings. I said, man, they disconnected, bro. Disconnected. So if your child is doing this, I think we can all be disappointed together. I mean, I almost feel like we should make a shirt or meme like, phones do not like this, they look like this. Maybe I'm just stuck in my ways when it comes to that, but that's just what I grew up on. So we're not doing this, we're doing this. Anyhow, back to the point I think I was trying to make is that yeah, hit them up. Hit up their line. You know, shoot that text message. Hey, you know what I'm saying? What you doing tonight? Wanna go out to dinner? Wanna pull up to our favorite spot? Get to know each other on a deeper level. You know, I ain't talking about necessarily, you know, all the physical stuff, and I'm talking about, you know, just understand your hopes and dreams. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years? Type stuff. Real deep questions. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to know you. Let's get to understand where you trying to be, what you trying to do with your life. Maybe try to see if it's somewhere I can fit in that life. Maybe we can do this thing together. What you think? That type of flavor and that type of energy, I would say. Might be a good day to take a risk. But if there's no prospects, we're not jumping on Tinder, we're not jumping on Twitter or none of these other sites and try to figure out we can find a bae on tonight and try to, you know, spend X amount of dollars on a date between you and that other person to figure it out. We're not doing that. So, but, however, you never know. I say don't do it, but there are rare cases where two people, maybe they've been talking for a little bit on the internet, and maybe it'd be good for them to go out and see and explore and see what happens. You know, I ain't 100% opposed to it, but I'm just saying that if you in a desperate position, you know when you know you desperate. You know, I'm not talking about for those who chilling and like, you know what, let me see what's up. But you know when you desperate. When I just gotta have a girl. And girls are like, I just gotta have a boyfriend. She just gotta have a boyfriend. No, don't operate in desperation. We're not doing that. So forget all that. But Valentine's Day, I'm not 100% keen on the history of it, but all I know is we do spend a lot of times, you know, spending a lot of money and trying to plan for these particular days. We really should be showing this kind of love on a day-to-day basis, and we want to choose Valentine's Day to show that love. Like, hey, by the way, you're special, so let me do this for you. But what I'm realizing is that if you are spending all year showing how important that person is to you, then when Valentine's Day really should only be the icing on the cake. Should be like, okay, this is just another day that we are showing love, and maybe I'll go just a step higher than I normally would go to show you that you're special. But there's already a level of love that I'm showing throughout the year to the best of my ability. I know, and I understand that seasons change. Some seasons where y'all may not necessarily be seeing eye to eye. You know, some tough seasons y'all may not be talking as much as you should. And hopefully you can get through that and get some, you know, some wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and get back to that good place. And so I know you may not be doing the romantic stuff during those particular seasons. It doesn't always work out that way. But when you are in a particular position where you're able to kind of show that love throughout the year, Valentine's Day should just be the icing on the cake. Let them know, hey, you're special. I'm just gonna take it up a notch. We're gonna do something a little different. Maybe we used to eating chicken wings and fries, but this time we're gonna hit some sushi. Chicken wings and fries, we gonna go. That's what Future said. Nah, but all jokes aside, you know what I'm saying? Try something different. You know, you're not used to eating sushi. Let's try this thing out. Maybe just one more time. Maybe I didn't like it last time. Maybe what I ordered last time just wasn't it. But when you get some of that sushi and you get some of that spicy mayo, I'm telling you, that spicy mayo hit with that tuna. Oof. You know, I'm not eating like that as much anymore. I'm really trying to eat healthier these days. Trying to eat more plant-based stuff. Be on the up and up. Keep my energy up. Make sure I get my vitamins and all that. Take your vitamins. Take your vitamins. So we want you to stay alive. But like I was saying, you know what I'm saying? Do something a little different. Do something just a little different. Take them somewhere different. Don't just take them to the chicken spot. Don't take them to sushi. Maybe we'll get some African food today. Let's try that out. Or maybe some island food. We're gonna go to a Caribbean spot. We're gonna try something different. It's all right. You gotta think outside of the box. The box is only yay big and yay height. You know what I'm saying? Just break out of that box and try something different. You're capable. But at the end of the day, man, when I wanted to bring it all into the full circle, just say that the greatest love is God. So when you are lacking, or if you're really feeling that desperate, you need to get into that word. What does the scripture say about love? What does the scripture say about God and his love towards you? Dig into that. Dig into that. When you find yourself in a position of wholeness, whole and healed and all that jazz, it doesn't bother you so much whether you have somebody or not on Valentine's Day. Because you know that you're loved by the greatest love there is. And that's Jesus. His love is the greatest and it will always be the greatest. So lean on his love, get that healing and love for him. And you can strive and do what you are called to do, whether you are single or not. Because the truth is, being outside of singleness just means you got more responsibility. So if you got a significant, boyfriend, girlfriend, you got a spouse, husband, wife, that's really more responsibility, because you got to love yourself, you got to love Jesus, you got to love, your friends and family and people around you, but you got to love the person that you with too. It's a responsibility to make sure you treat their heart right. And if you got kids, you got to make sure that you are present in those kids' life. You got to show love. You got to show interest in what they're interested in and whatever season that they're in. Your child at the age of 5 and 6 may not have the same interest as your child at the age of 10 to 11. That 10 to 11 child may not have the same interest as the child is 15, 16, so on and so forth. So I got to love a new version of you on today. And you may not even realize the transition. But when they start saying, I'm interested in this now, I was like, okay, well, let me look into this. What kind of music are you listening to? What's the soundtrack of your life? What kind of things you were interested in? What's happening at school? Who your friends are? What they interested in? What kind of influences? Love your kids. So, but when you ain't got all that and you single, you can just chill. We out here doing our thing. Dizzle. We are chilling. Anyways, man, I just want to speak a little bit on that. A little bit of entertainment, but also bring some truth. So, it's gonna be all right. 2024 is still gonna be a good year, a year of productivity. We're gonna be productive on this year, and we're gonna make some things happen. So I'm excited about what's happening just thus far. January has already been a wild, interesting month, and we're in February, first quarter of the year, and some things have already popped off in regards to productivity. I have no idea what's gonna happen, but we're gonna keep things pushing, and we're gonna keep a positive mindset and heart, and everything's gonna be all right. So if you have not heard it today, I want to let you know. So if you made it this far in the video, whether you skipped past some things or whether you watched it from straight through, you were important, and that God loves you. You'll have a good year. Regardless of the challenges, you're going to overcome those challenges. It's going to be part of your testimony. That's it. That's it. And I'm believing in some very interesting things that, I feel like some people they don't have enough faith to believe what I'm believing. But they also haven't heard the voice of the Lord in regards to some things that he's been talking to me about either. So maybe some people might call it blind faith. It can be at times. But the ultimate picture has been, the end note of what God is trying to present to me has been presented to me. And so I just need to trust them in the steps to get there. So in the middle is a whole lot of things you may not understand. But we're going to get there. Anyways, man, I appreciate y'all. Happy Valentine's Day. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Lego.